Hello there everyone, and welcome to the Dub Talk Downs for this year's running of the Fuckboy Derby. As the 2017 Fuckboy contestants get loaded into the gate for the running of the Tsukigakirei Cup, we like to give you race watchers a few warnings. Warning, the Dub Talk podcast Fuckboy Derby may contain language and content that may not be suitable for the faint of heart and younger audiences. We ask that viewer discretion is advised. Also, we can't help it if these fuckboys may spoil things for this anime or any other anime series. So please be warned, if you are and watch the show, go back and watch it, and then watch the DVR replay of the fuckboys running. Also, we'd like to advise you that all opinions stated by fuckboys, their jockeys, or anybody else here are just the opinions of these assholes at Dub Talk. As we get ready, we present to you tonight the running of the Tsukigakirei Cup, and the fuckboys are off!
And welcome to Dub Talk, the podcast where a group of nerds get together and talk about the latest and greatest in anime English dubs. My name is Stephanie, and tonight I am joined by Megan, Roots, and Jamal.
Why did I sign up for this? I just wanted a lighthearted... I just wanted something lighthearted after Seven Mortal Sins. I didn't expect the Feels train.
You signed up for the Feels Express, my good sir.
It's a Feels Amtrak, that's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah.
Choo choo, welcome aboard. I'm your conductor, Seiji Kishi, and on today's episode, I'm gonna crash this train right into your heart.
So...
Chugga 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 chugga.
So the reason why... Oh my god. So the reason...
I've been working
so the
on
reason...
And Megan's off the rails.
All the long day. I'm sorry, I've been in, like, the curls of death all day.
Oh god, here we go. We're already off to a great start. So the reason why the four of us have gathered together is because we're finally going to cover the last series we had planned for our spring lineup, and one that you, the listeners, actually voted for. We have Tsukigakirei, or As the Moon So Beautiful. If you haven't heard,
was in no way influenced by anybody associated with working on this show.
Wait. You mean this isn't Tsukumomo? Well, fuck this shit, I'm out of here then.
Wait a minute.
You get back here!
This isn't Ancient Magus Bride!
that's not even a thing yet. Stop it!
You shut your whore mouth!
So, if you haven't heard of this series before, I have a quick little synopsis for you. So, Akane Mizuno and Kotaro Azumi are two third-year middle school students who become classmates for the first time. Akane is a member of the school track team, and Kotaro is the literary club president who loves books and wants to become a writer. The two seem an unlikely romantic pair, and the people and situations around them make that possibility even more difficult. So we're in for a romance story today, ladies and gentlemen.
It's pretty much like Suzuka meets Orange, except the dark elements were removed, and this is taking place in middle school.
Don't you compare this glorious, lovely show to the trash that is Suzuka.
I've never seen Suzuka, but you can see
I haven't seen it either.
Fuck Suzuka!
That's what Yamato is for.
Get out.
Oh, god damn it.
Throw yourself into the Atlantic.
God damn it. Anyway, so as always, we're going to be going through the initial press release of the series, because the initial press release from back in the spring is so goddamn long that we're not going to go any further than that. And we're going to be discussing our thoughts and feelings on the casting and performances of the series. Are we ready to punch our lamp poles and just dive right on in? Because we want to punch things. I have to admit, our little chat that, because I think Megan, you put it together originally. Our little chat when we were playing this episode was titled Moon Makes Me Punch.
Okay, it was Moon Makes Me Wanna Punch, but I couldn't fit that in on Twitter because you could only get so many characters.
Right, but still, fun little title. And our Skype chat today is called Moon Punch, if that is any indication of how great of a title it is. So, why don't we start with the ADR Director, the Assistant ADR Director, and the Scriptwriter. Though I will say that there is a person pulling double duty on this show. So, I'm gonna take a wild guess that no one had predictions for the entire show and just dove right into it, right?
Yep.
I tried, but I kind of lost track.
So I'll take that as a no, so we don't have to worry about predictions today. So the ADR Director, the ADR Director is actually, funny story for me, is the reason why I started watching this show in the first place. Because it's Sunny Strait as the ADR Director. And then we have for Assistant ADR Director and the Scriptwriter. And totally not the person who probably pulled for us to do this show, wink wink, nudge nudge, cough cough.
Cough, wheeze, wheeze.
Cough,
Punch,
cough,
punch.
wheeze, wheeze. Kristen McGuire! I'm sorry. Yeah, so Kristen McGuire is pulling double duty as the Assistant ADR Director as well as the Scriptwriter. Now, in terms of other credits for these two individuals, Sunny Strait has been the director for series such as Out Live, Rage of Bahamut, and Yuri on Ice.
What the fuck is Yuri on Ice?
Some
That joke's gonna
obscure
get old.
thing from, like, last year, I think.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good.
Oh my god. In terms of Kristen McGuire, the only other assistant directing credit she have is actually for Out Live as well, since it's the second show that she's worked under with Sunny. But writing-wise, she has worked on series such as The Gashikashi, Shonen Maid, and Interviews with Monster Girls. So,
Fuck you! I found that Meowabunga line, you piece of shit!
I think Megan should go first.
Okay, so how do we feel about the directing and the writing of this series? Megan, you want to go first?
I like it. I like it. Have you ever... I don't know why, I just thought of old Greg as I said that, and the first thing is, hey, Kristen McGuire, have you ever drank Bailey's out of a shoe?
Oh my god.
The medication I'm on to dull the pain is making me insane.
Nice. Cream
We're off to
beige.
a great start, guys. So Megan, how do you feel?
I'm all Megan. No. No, I love the directing and writing on this show. Yeah, I kind of made the big thing about the Meowabunga line, but it kind of worked in the sense that they were watching a shitty cat video on YouTube's.
Yeah.
I think the writing on the show is great. It's not really dated or anything. It's not full of like slang that I could catch. It was a very sweet and very sincere, which in this show, if it wasn't, it could have easily ruined what this show was.
Yeah.
And the directing on this is superb. The casting on this show is fantastic. It's not cookie cutter or by the numbers. It's very sweet, and the performances in it will make you cry like a bitch. If this show, I know Hardy complains that the show is really slow, and I think he's a liar because I marathoned it in a day and never felt like it was super slow. I thought it was just fantastic. So, someone might be getting an award for this show later in the year.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Foreshadowing
To be
and
continued.
to be continued. And Kristen McGuire totally owes me a squeezy potato now.
Those little
I
squishy
want
toys.
a
They're so
squishy.
cute.
Those are real now.
I know.
They're-
I want one of
I-
Akane's
oh.
squeezy potatoes.
I want one now.
I
you
want
think
like
Kunokiya
5.
has one?
One
Do
to
you think
squeeze
he-
and like 4 to hurl at people.
Like you did with your goddamn Token Rambu Zoom Zooms at A-Fest. And you
Yaman
failed
Bagiri
miserably by missing
Yaman Bagiri
everyone.
is my favorite weapon. to
And
use.
almost losing Dirty Dirty Cloak Boy.
Okay.
Oh, let's not
I'm
talk
not
about
gonna
that.
cry if we lost Jamin Bagiri. I almost took him into Funimation for the tour so he could see his daddy.
Nice.
Anyway, Roots, how do you feel about the directing and writing of the show?
I mean, for the most part, same as Megan, though I do kind of have a little tiny nitpick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
On occasion, a couple of the main characters kind of sounded a little older than I think they should have. Like, in terms of the writing and the, and how they speak.
Like, you mean more of, like, a way too mature to act like their own age, or the voice itself?
No, not the voices themselves. If I had a problem with that, I'd bring it up with the individual characters, but,
Okay.
like, it sounded like they were kind of written as high schoolers, and they're just, like, a hair younger than that.
I think it might have been the show itself, though.
And that could be as well.
Yeah, because they're in their third year of middle school, these characters, and they're about to go into high school, so it's kind of that borderline, trying to figure out probably the dialogue and what to go with in that kind of in-between age. So I can kind of see what you're saying there.
Like, I really don't remember much about my 8th and 9th grade years, so I couldn't say
I remember
for sure.
looking like
Neither
a
do I.
serial killer.
God
I'm sorry, you saw the pictures of me in my club photo where I look like I'm gonna murder the rest of the kids, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's not what I had in mind, but okay.
Oh my god. And Jamal, how do you feel?
Well, I feel the directing is superb. Like Roots, I too had a little nitpick with the writing, because Kristen is... Don't take this the wrong way, but Kristen to me is like... She has the best qualities of Monica Rial and the worst qualities of Tyson Reinhardt. But I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in that certain phrases...
Interesting combination.
Certain phrases are kind of odd. Like, I marathoned this whole show today, and episode 7, I've heard the words "sorry, not sorry," "surfer cat," and "meow a bunga."
Yes. Okay. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I actually didn't finish the show for the first time until today, and I originally only had 2 episodes left. But I backtracked to the recap episode and just went from there. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Like, I understand the context. I guess it will work for maybe today's middle schooler as well, though I draw the line at Kirei. I'm sorry, but that kind of sets me off. Anything else other than that would work okay, but I feel like maybe there might have been a little better choice. I don't know if that was the only choice she had, but in the end it worked. And that's what matters.
Okay. And any thoughts on the directing of the show?
I just said it was
I
superb.
mean, at this point, are we ever gonna complain about Sunny Straight, like, directing a show?
Here's the thing. Well, I mean, we used to complain like a while ago.
Well, now-
I
And he
mean,
got his shit together.
he's come a long way since Maria the
He
Virgin
has
Witch.
come a long way. He has come a long way. And I mean, like I said, when going into this section, the reason why I decided to pick up this series to begin with is because of Sunny Straight. Because in my opinion, Sunny Straight is probably, with his history of his past shows, he usually has the most unconventional and diverse casting. So when I looked at the casting list for Tsukigakirei, and I saw what was going on with it, I was so excited. Because here's the thing. You have the middle school aged kids, at least to my knowledge, being portrayed by voice actors who are on the younger side. And then you have more of the adults being voiced by more adult voice actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like a situation where it's like you have, just to throw an example out there, Ian Sinclair's not playing a high schooler, for an example here. So it's a very interesting casting choice, and it really works phenomenally, especially when we get to not only our main 2 characters, Mizuno and Azumi, but some of the other major characters like Chinatsu and Hira as well. You have more underutilized actors coming in here, and I think it's phenomenal casting. And the writing, it's pretty straightforward, and I understand some of the little gripes here and there, and I can pick up on that stuff too without you saying it. But the big thing, like Megan said, if it took it too far with the slang and the campiness or anything like that, it would lose the point of the show. And the fact that Kristen McGuire was able to make those dramatic moments stay dramatic and heartfelt, I have to give props to her in that regard. And it just... I cried. I cried at the end. I'm like, oh my god.
Any overt, like, okay, I hate to be that person and just say it. If Tatum or Tyson had written this show, it would have probably fucking tanked it.
I can understand your point, but one thing I realized, especially when it comes to directing a line, because I learned that directors, sometimes they can pick and choose lines as they see fit, as I learned from Colleen. So if it had been either of the two, well, sure as hell won't be Tyson, but if it was Tatum, I mean, Sonny would have treaded a little more carefully than you would with Tyson.
Yeah, I feel like Sonny would have probably kept things in line.
Yeah, because like, I don't hate, it's not like, I'm not, like, trying to say I hate stuff written by Tyson Reinhardt, because I have genuinely enjoyed some things that he's written, but, he's also been a big thorn in the sides of some dubs that I like, but the writing, Carnival, and Tatum can do really, really well when he's under great direction, like an Aka or 91 Days, or at least 91 Days, as I've been told. I don't get to watch that for another, like, 2 months.
I can agree with 91 Days. 91 Days is hashtag do it for Corteo.
Alright, everybody, because this should be out before I get to 91 Days. Over under when I cry in that show.
Ooh, like there's a moment that's you're either going to absolutely hate, or it will be the moment of the show for you.
Oh boy. What episode should I look out for?
Do it for Corteo. It's funny that I
want to
say
say
this.
It's like episode 7 or 8.
Oh boy. Me and my mom are gonna have a great time, so
like
I might.
You mean
drop it in the comments if you want me to live tweet my mom and I watching 91 Days.
So you mean like towards the end of like 7 or 8 or so, right? Where things happen.
Yeah.
Where things happen.
Yeah, like
probably
the
around
Did you
that
call
point.
Alex Moore's character?
No.
It's Brandon's character. Is it? It's Brandon's character.
Maybe.
I already know what happens to his character thanks to you and Ari.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Shut your face. But I think you're just taking forever on this segment. So by the sounds of it, general consensus is strong directing. And then minor nitpicks on writing, but overall it's still really strong. That sound about right?
It's like 99.9% good.
Okay. That's a very strong rating, if anything. So does that mean we're ready to move on?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2 sets of characters we're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about some parents. So we are going to first talk about Mizuno's family, Akane Mizuno's family. Mizuno, excuse me.
Yeah,
Mizuno. I'm good with names, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, which family are we talking about first?
Akane.
Okay, it's his parents. I have a funny story about.
No, we're not on Azumi yet. Mizuno's parents. So we have Sayori Mizuno, who is the mother and is voiced by Miss Monica Rial. We have Hiroshi Mizuno, who is voiced by our director, Sunny Strait, and Ayane Mizuno, who is Akane's older sister, and she is voiced by Morgan Garrett. Now, for other roles, Monica Rial has been in series such as Bakuno, Diabolic Lovers, and Michiko and Hachin. Sunny Strait, you have seen him in roles from series like Assassination Classroom, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Orange, as another dad, of all things. And then Morgan Garrett, you've heard her in series such as Death Parade, Heavy Object, and Love Live Sunshine. So how do we feel about these 3 performances? Who would like to go first?
I guess I'll go.
Okay. What do you think of these 3 performances?
Well, Sunny's pretty good. He tends to have a bit of a dad voice, which I really admire very much. Monica, of course, she's usually a big girl voice here, so it's always welcoming. Morgan Garrett, however, I would never imagine her to play the sister, but it's definitely something outside the box, and it worked very well.
Anyone have any other thoughts? Who wants to go next?
I really like them. Like they're like the goofy parents to the show.
the doofy parents.
They really are the doofy family.
Well,
Especially Sunny's character. If anything, he's kind of a bit goofy in his own right.
considering the cast for this, that makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like, they seem like the kind of parents who would take their kids to, like, Disney World, and they'd end up coming back with, like, the floppy-ear goofy hat and the...
Oh, absolutely they would.
And, like, paraphernalia everywhere.
Sounds about right.
Well, that I understand.
They're the parents
What?
who are the ones who do the goofy photos on Splash Mountain.
One thing I am kind of
Accurate.
disappointed about, though,
Okay.
Is?
again, a little tiny nitpick.
Okay, what would that be?
Sunny Straight needed to do more dad jokes. There needed to be more dad jokes. Like,
No.
Can I say my favorite dad joke?
What's your favorite dad joke?
A guy went to a zoo. There was only a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Where does Noah keep the bees on the ark? In the archive.
See, Kristen? You could have added more dad jokes. You could have written Sunny some fun dad jokes.
No, Sunny is fine as is, Kristen.
No, I
don't
agree.
write him dad jokes. I'm pretty sure Sunny Straight just has dad jokes on command in like a mental Rolodex.
Probably. But
Now
yeah,
I just imagine Krillin doing dad jokes until Android 18 punches him.
I'm just imagining Koro Sensei doing more dad jokes now.
That'd be a little weird since he's not a dad.
No, you made me so...
God damn it. Megan, how do you feel about these performances?
And now I'm just imagining the ending of Assassination Classroom. Thanks, Jamal.
And break checks on Seiji Kishi's Wild Ride.
Stop bringing Seiji Kishi's Wild Rides into... My god, that man just runs an emotional train wreck factory. If you think about it, Angel Beats,
Oh god.
Assassination Classroom,
Oh,
Tsukigakirei.
You make a solid point!
Welcome to Seiji Kishi's Emotional Coffin Factory.
Oh my god!
I'm your tour guide, Sunny Straight.
Oh my god!
But no, I like the family. I think Monica and Sunny play a doofy, heartwarming mom and dad really well. Like, in the first episode, they're at the restaurant, and they just throw these poor motherfucking kids under the bus, a la your obnoxious parents trying to shack you up because they want grandbabies. Except for they're in middle school, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That is a little weird.
And then, Morgan as the sister was one I did not expect.
I know,
'Cause
right?
I was like, wait, that's Morgan Garrett? Cause the last time she did, like, a high school sister role was Love Live Sunshine as Daya against, Sarah Wiedenhef's Ruby. So it was different, and I think she also got a little bit more of the dramatic meat in the family. Because
she had interactions with Akane.
Akane, yeah. Especially about, like, you can't be friends with a girl who also wants to mac on your man. And I think I really could believe the vibe as sisters between them, because she kind of sounded like what interactions I have with the older sister I talk to. So I can believe it. I thought they were all really great. Though I do agree with Roots, it needed 500% more dad jokes. Also, I'm trying to not laugh because today is Prof's birthday.
Oh, that's right, it is!
And I sent him a tweet that said, "Happy birthday, Prof. Shower him in that Sanrio money." And I used the gif of Cyan dancing from the second opening. And I've just been watching it on loop for the last 5 minutes.
Oh my god, child. Anyway.
Hey, at least it's not Cars porn this time.
Ka-chow!
God damn it, Roots! Anyway.
Ka-chow!
Oh god, I don't know if I can talk because I just can't stop laughing.
Also, Cliff posted the cutest video of Cubby.
What else is new?
It's cute.
But, I really like the Mizuno family. Monica and Sunny are fantastic as the more fun-loving parents. And then, like Megan was saying, Morgan as the older sister it's not one you probably would have expected originally, but she does get a lot more meat in the family and those interactions with Akane. And that family in general is actually really interesting because they're a very interesting contrast between the Mizuno family and the Azumi family. So it's a very interesting dynamic, and I like how it balances out with each other. Let's see. Do we want to move on to Asumi's parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So we got Junko Asumi, who is voiced by Miss Alex Moore, and we have Ryonosuke Asumi, voiced by Kent Williams. So Alex Moore, you've heard her in series such as Fuka, Seraph of the End, and Maria the Virgin Witch. And then we have Kent Williams, whom you have heard in series like Heroic Legend of Arslan, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Drifters. So why don't we start with Roots this time? How do you feel about Asumi's parents?
Okay, so with the characters themselves, I kind of noticed an interesting dynamic.
Okay.
I kind of appreciate the fact that you kind of brought up that the two sets of parents kind of contrast one another.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kotaro's like an only child.
Yeah.
And his parents are very sheltering. And then Ayami is her name?
Asumi?
Azumi. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting the names mixed up.
Are you talking about the sister? Akane's sister.
Oh, Akane. Okay. I'm sorry. Like, the names are starting to jumble together. It's
Too many A's. Too many A's in
But,
this show.
she's the second born, and her parents are a lot less hands-on.
Okay.
Which is kind of an interesting dynamic, because I'm not the oldest child of my family, and it was kind of a similar dynamic with me and my older sister.
Okay.
So, I do kind of appreciate that, Kent Williams and, I'm sorry, who is the other actress?
Alex Moore?
Alex Moore. I do appreciate the fact that they were both kind of colder. Like not, not completely harsh to Kotaro, but they were definitely a lot stricter about him, especially pertaining to girls, than I'm kind of personally used to. So I thought that was a really interesting dynamic that was picked up on.
It's interesting that you say that, because I'm an older sibling between me and my sister, though to be fair, I have 3 older step-siblings. But with my mom, since I'm the oldest between the two of us, everything is obviously a first for my parents. Like, I'm the first one to go to school, go to college and graduate, and go through all this stuff like student loans and all this crap. And Azumi's mother, Alex Moore, because there's an interesting dynamic between Azumi's parents too, because you have the mom, who is very, very strict when it comes to studying, and is like, your grades are good. You need to you should probably quit that festival you're working on, or you need to stop writing these little books and things like that.
Nose the grindstone, kid.
Yeah, and then you have the dad, aka Kent Williams, who he's still fairly strict, but he's not the same extent as the mom is. Like, there was, because Tsukigakirei is actually really interesting, because a good amount of the episodes, they're actually shorter than the normal 23-minute runtime, because a good amount of them, after the end credits, they have these little shorts.
Yeah.
Together. One of the shorts, and I was rewatching it today, one of the shorts was about the mom finding the books that Asumi has been writing, and then we have the dad who's like, you really probably shouldn't be reading that stuff, you know what I mean? That's kind of just private stuff. So the next scene we have Kent Williams, the dad, in Azumi's room reading the books, and he's like, he's really got a grasp on how women think, and then 2 seconds later, you have the mom in the room.
He knows nothing about what women think.
Exactly. So the dad is a bit more lax compared to the mom, and Kent Williams plays that really well. Though he still is really strict, because when we get to where Kotaro wants to apply to the same high school as Akane, and that whole conflict in their family, he kind of does step up and become a little bit more strict about it. The surprise between the two for me here would be Alex Moore. Because when I first started the show, I didn't think that was Alex Moore. I had no idea who the fuck
that was.
I didn't know who that was. I think I have a contender for voice acting Black Magic this year. But, it was very interesting, and I liked how Alex portrayed this very, very serious mom who just wants the best for her son, her only child. Because, I mean, I can understand that, because my mom would sometimes be the same way as me being the oldest child. She wanted what's best for me, and she can be strict about it. And since I'm the firstborn, she's learning things as she goes with me. So there's new territory for her, and I'm pretty sure it's the same situation here with Kotaro's mom, where it's like she just wants the best for him because she's also learning things along the way. But she becomes a little bit more relaxed towards the last third of the show when she does accept that he's going to apply to this private high school. So I think the mom's character arc was pretty well done. And Alex Moore definitely pulled that off very well. Megan, Jamal, what are your thoughts on these two?
Do you want to go first, Jamal? Because I have a funny story that's a little long about the mom.
Yeah, why not? Save the best for last.
Well, thank you.
To be honest, I found this casting kind of odd, yet it kind of worked. Because the thing about it is, Kent Williams has a habit for playing old characters like grandfathers and so on. So he was the last person I expect to be Azumi's dad. But in the end, it took a little getting used to, but it worked. Alex Moore, however, because here's the thing about Alex Moore. We mostly know her for like these kind of nasal kind of characters she portrays.
Oh no, we don't. Not just those.
But here's the thing though, because I saw a video she did recently where I found out that's not even an actual voice at all. Her character she plays here is close to an actual voice, but it's much deeper. And as Megan can attest from the other night, I kind of had a problem with her in Hero the Centaur's life, which I guess it was a direction choice, where she had to speak out of her natural range, but she manages to rein it in here. And matter of fact, take a step deeper to the point where some of y'all couldn't even tell that was her. So, as much as an odd choice that was, it was the right choice.
I'm about to say, you haven't seen Maria, have you?
I have, actually.
She uses her normal register when she plays Lilette.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've only watched like 5 episodes of Maria, I'm sorry.
She's the girl who hangs out with Chris Rager's king.
Like I said, I'm not done with Maria despite voting it. So yeah, as somebody who's recently rewatched Fruits Basket, please cast Kent Williams as younger, like in his 20s or 30 characters, because he still has the voice for it. I don't care if it's been 16 years. Hattori Soma is eternal. I love Hattori. So I was actually really cool with Kent Williams being the dad. I definitely agree with Lilac about him being the more lax parent, and it really came through in his voice. Because am I going to throw it out on the limb as I was the only person raised as an only child?
Pretty much.
Okay, so quick aside to TLDR my life. I have at least 5 or 6 siblings? Question mark? 2 of them are older than me and the rest are all of the rest are younger than me. But I've only met 3 of them.
Okay.
Because I'm adopted. It's within family, it's a long story, and it's kind of dumb. But I was raised as an only child. So I can really relate to, I always forget his name, I'm sorry. Azumi. So I relate to a lot where Azumi's coming from, especially with Alex Moore as the mom. Because when I was that age, my mom and I used to bicker a lot. But in America, we really don't do the thing with Japan where they have to, like, apply to get into high schools.
Yeah, it's really just more area-based.
It's area-based. So I went to, like, everybody I know went to, like, basically the same elementary school. Well, we all went to, like, the same middle school, basically. But everybody from there went to the same high school for 1 year before they built another high school, and everyone who was in a certain part of the county moved to the other high school. Including, at the time, my then boyfriend, who I broke up with in, like, my last year of college. Thanks. But, when I was applying for college and studying, my mom was a lot like Azumi's mom. So when Alex Moore did a really good job in portraying that, so much so that I fucking hated that character. Like, so I was on Twitter and I was like, well, fuck you too, Azumi's mom. And
you were having flashbacks, weren't you?
I kind of was. Which is how convincing the performance is, by the way. So I forgot Alex Moore follows me.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Hi, Alex.
Oh no.
And she's like, I'm only trying to help. And I'm like, let him follow his dreams. And she's like, his dreams are stupid. So Kristen, I know you watched the show. If you see Alex, tell her I'm sorry. But she's up there, because I had no idea that was her. Because I'm the other way, where I've only heard her natural speaking voice maybe once, and that was in a commentary. With her, Felicia, Micah, and Justin. And I remember poor Justin looking like a deer in the headlights, mostly. He was just like, ah! No, I genuinely enjoy both their performances, and I kind of hope that I hear Alex play more, like, adult or / big girl characters. And I kind of have her now, because of this, I would like to see her in as, one of the characters in Magus Bride. If you've seen the trailer that Crunchyroll put out about a month ago now, there's this blonde character, and she's really interesting, and I would actually really like Alex to play her. So fingers crossed on the direction of that show. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay. We should be good to move on then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Okay. So we're gonna basically, before we get to our middle schoolers, we're gonna talk about two more adult figures in these characters' lives. We have Daisuke Tachibana. He is a friend of Asumi's through the neighborhood, like, festival preparations and committee, and he also runs a bookstore that Azumi frequents. And then we have Ryoko Sonoda, who is the homeroom teacher of all these rambunctious little kids. So for Daisuke, we have Ian Sinclair, whom you have heard in series such as Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak Academy, Carnival, and Nanbaka. And then we have Jamie Markey coming in as Miss Sonoda, whom you have heard in series such as Death Parade, Noragami, and Snow White with the Red Hair. Who would like to go first?
Me.
Go right ahead.
So, I really, really loved Ian as Daisuke. He gave off the really really good vibe of a big brother and mentor towards, oh my god, I'm gonna keep doing. Thank you.
You could go by Kotaro too. Kotaro, you'll probably remember.
No, here's the thing. I don't want to call him by that. I want to call him by his actor. And I can't.
Don't do it.
Do it.
That's for the end.
And I think there was a real sense of, like, genuine gentleness and, like friendship and kinship and brotherliness, which, you can make family out of the people in your community and the people you're around, and I think that it's really nice, especially to hear Ian playing such a laid-back character.
Yeah.
Because Ian usually plays a lot of really big hams. And it kind of reminded me of the quieter moments of his character Daikoku in Noragami when he's not freaking out.
Okay,
because he's the straight man to Alexis Tipton's Kofuku. It is Alexis Tipton, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. I haven't watched Noragami in like a year or two.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It's been a minute since Noragami.
We still need that season 3, by the way.
Jamie, that character was kind of there. She was the homeroom teacher and kind of just there. But the bigger thing I have is this. If I could take a moment to have a small soapbox.
Okay.
Japan, we need to talk about something.
Does this involve Roman?
Yes!
Oh, boy.
Can we save this for Roman? Because I also have kind of a big spiel, and we'll...
I want to say this, though. In Japan, there's like a trope about teachers wanting to wait to fuck their students. And in America, when that happens, it's like a federal crime.
Yeah.
Please, Japan, stop making teachers want to fuck their students. It's kind of creepy.
Well, to be fair, I think Tsuki
He also wants to fuck.
Well, there's that. But to be fair, I think Jamie's character is a newer, younger teacher.
It's
so she
still
could be
weird because they're
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm just
It's like
saying,
a
to
Mary
be fair,
Kay kind of thing.
I'm just saying, to be fair, it's not like it's like a 40, 50-year-old teacher.
Yeah, it's still weird.
It's still
but
weird, but at least
like-
it's not a huge age gap where it's the most disgusting thing in the world.
But I mean, like, at one point she's drinking her sorrows away that she has to wait for Roman to be out of high school.
Because, I mean, he's what? Like 13, 14?
Yeah.
14, 15, yeah.
That's still creepy.
Exactly.
It is creepy, but I'm just saying, at least the teacher's not like in her 40s or 50s. That would be
to fair,
extreme
even
creepy.
one of my
No,
favorites
that-
of all
No
time.
devil's advocate to this.
I'm trying to be good about this, okay?
Okay, but even then, like, I will admit, in one of my favorite shows ever, it could be worse. It could be the teacher-student romance in Cardcaptors, where the guy wants to date a fucking 5th grader.
Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then, in, like, the manga of Fruits Basket, Toru's dad was much older than her mom, and it's implied she was a teen mom.
Wonderful.
Like, I'm sorry, but off my soapbox, have at it for the rest of y'all.
Alright, who wants to go from there?
Alright, so I largely agree with Megan on Ian Sinclair. He was a great, like, older mentor-y kind of figure to Kotaro. I do have to say, you know, the weirdness aside, Jamie Murky's performance was actually kind of funny.
Yeah,
Like-
it was funny, but it's still weird.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of creeper-ish, but you know, I got a few chuckles out of the excuse me. I got a few chuckles out of those little like omake ending sequences where she's
Drinking her wine and complaining.
Yes. Well, here's the funny thing. Isn't Roman the one who kind of starts it first, and then you
Yeah.
find out later that it's the teacher who also likes him
weird,
too?
but like,
It's weird.
It's,
I know he's like hot for teacher, but it's weird regardless.
Yeah.
got it bad, got it bad,
Got
got
bad,
it bad.
got it bad.
That's
I'm
like-
hot for teacher.
Is it Pink Floyd who sings "Hot for Teacher"?
Van Halen!
Van Halen.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
She's on the right track, but no.
At least I asked instead of like completely
Outright
committing like Noah did with Celine Dion,
Yeah.
or Bette Midler.
insulting every theater major and musical fan throughout the world.
Oh, or
Hey,
Barbara,
I mean-
Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand.
It's
That's what it
fine. I
was.
was about to say Def Leppard, so
Oh God. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
we're on Jamal, aren't we?
yeah,
Yes,
Jamal.
we are.
I was taking a drink. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Hold on.
Guzzle that one.
I drink to forget that this kid wants to fuck his teacher and the teacher wants to fuck him back.
Another sip?
Pour one out.
Oh no, this is my mom bought this beer. Yeah, so Ian, I definitely like how he plays outside the norm. It's nice he's not playing a high schooler again. At least someone in his older youth, like maybe his mid to late 20s or something. Jamie Maki, I was gonna say I'm glad she's playing a young adult instead of an adult. And then we brought up the Roman thing. Now I'm like, oh dear God.
I mean, it was gonna come up eventually. Let's face it.
But yes, it was nice to hear Jamie doing a different take on the role she's used to. So, but those omake endings are pretty funny, and I think like Megan, she probably tries to drink to forget too. But what can you do?
So yeah, I kind of have to agree with everything everybody else has kind of said, aside from the weird, creepy Roman teacher situation. We're not getting into that more yet. Yeah, Ian Sinclair definitely plays a very good mentor and older brother figure for Azumi, Kotaro Azumi. And then Jamie, she's pretty darn good as a teacher. Again, like what I was saying when we were talking about the directing and the writing, is Sonny decided to keep the adults sounding more as adults, and then once we start getting more into the middle schools here in a minute, more of the younger talent is portraying these middle schoolers. So you'll see that shift very soon, but yeah, it's a really good balance, and especially with Ian and Kotaro, the two of them have a really good dynamic, and I enjoyed those scenes that they had together. Do we want to move on?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we got a bunch of middle schoolers to talk about.
A gaggle? What do you call a group of middle schoolers? A gaggle, or like a herd, or a fuck ton?
A herd.
I would say a fuck
I just call them ankle biters and call it a day.
I thought those were
At least 4
kindergartners.
feet tall at this point.
Oh my god. Anyways.
You know how
I mean,
tall
unless
I
you're
am.
kneecapping them.
You
Yes,
know
I
how
do.
tall I actually am.
Roots, you're as tall as I am.
No, Roots is taller than you, dude.
He is?
Yes!
Yeah, he is.
Oh wait, that's right. Cliff is as tall as me.
Yeah, that one
No.
was a surprise.
No,
I'm
Cliff
actually
is as tall
kind of
as
flattered
me.
you. I'm kind
Cliff
of
is as
flattered
tall
you
as me.
confused me for Cliff Chapin.
No offense, he's kind of built.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
surprising part.
What? Oh, back on track.
Like, I want to know his workout plan. Like,
And now this conversation has gotten awkward.
Awkward.
speaking of awkward, let's talk about some middle schoolers.
Woo! Segue. Alright, so the first 3 middle schoolers we're going to be talking about, basically these first 2 sets of middle schoolers, kind of the very, very minor ones. So we have Shou Nagahara, who is voiced by Austin Tyndall. We have Tsubasa Kaneko, who is voiced by Aaron Dismuke.
Aaron Disney.
Yasuhito Inaba, who is voiced by Ben Phillips.
Ben Phillips.
God damn it. So, Austin Tyndall, you probably heard him in series such as Assassination Classroom, Snow White with the Red Hair, and Defrag. Aaron Dismuke has been in series such as Aka 13, Devil's a Part-Timer, and Ping Pong the Animation. And as for Ben Phillips, you've probably heard him in shows such as Garo the Animation, Overlord, and Mikagura's School Suite. I kind of
Wait a second.
Yes.
Ben Phillips was the guy that gives Justin his armor, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Wait.
What the fuck?
Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, he's, what is his name? It's not Bernard.
What the fuck?
It's,
No, wait. Well, Ben Phillips is Fernando, though. He's not Raphael.
No, Ben Phillips is Raphael, I think. What?
No, that's Ben Bryant.
Bryant, that's what it is. Yes, too many Bens in that show.
Yeah,
Anyway,
because I was literally just rewatching Garo, so.
good.
Why
I'm
are you
glad
rewatching
someone was.
Garo?
I haven't rewatched it yet, and I feel sad for myself. I kind of want to start and go first on this because, fucking, I'm sorry. Some of the amusing moments from this show was Austin Tyndall basically being a goddamn player and hooking up with this girl. Those shorts that you see at the end, one of the common shorts that you see is basically Tyndall's character is the boyfriend of another character we're going to talk about in a minute, and he seems to always bring her to these like love hotels and shit, and he also doesn't have the money to pay for them, so she always asks her because
Yeah.
Wait, who is
Pay for
who?
it.
Wait, which one was which again?
The
Austin-
loser was Austin Tyndall.
Nagahara.
Figures.
Yeah. I need to. Where's Anime Planet? Because I need to pull up the images. So yeah, Nagahara is fucking playboy to the extreme.
Yeah.
I got my anime list open if you want me to screen share.
Yeah, that could help. I'm on Anime Planet on my phone.
Uh.
Yasuhito is he's he's kind of small. He has like dark hair. And then who am I looking at? Tsubasa Kaneko. Tsubasa Kaneko, he was the bald kid, I think, right?
Right. No.
I want to say. No, that's him.
Yes.
Pretty much
Yes.
like short hair. Bald
Yeah.
head. That's Aaron's character.
Okay, so Austin Tyndall is the one that keeps trying to like do his girlfriend, but he's too cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's just the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, that was like one of the best
That was
arcs of the
great.
show.
That was probably one of the best little mini arcs in those shorts. It's just basically that motherfucker trying to bang his girlfriend.
I'm happy that he got turned down by that girl because he's a fuckboy.
He is
In
a
show.
fuckboy.
This show is oddly enough full of fuckboys.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, Ben Phillips and Aaron's characters are kind of there, in a sense. Austin's is really the standout because he is such an extreme fuckboy. It's not even funny.
He's in this show. It has like the fuckboy derby.
It really is.
Line them up and watch them go. It's the fuckboy derby here on ESPN 8 The Ocho.
In the end, Austin's character is not even the one who would win in this show.
That's the
That's the
part.
strangest part.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part. But yeah, like, I really... Because I don't recall many opportunities for Austin to be the full-fledged fuckboy in this situation. And it's a lot of fun to hear it. And then Aaron and Ben Phillips, they're kind of just there as these extra little side characters. I mean, obviously Aaron's voice is very distinguishable, and I think it works very well. Ben Phillips, I'm still slowly getting to know because he hasn't really done a lot of voice acting credits, and I think his biggest one is today is still probably Garo, but
I kind of want a fuckboy derby shirt.
And after recording a Centaur's life, I'm just having the weirdest mental image right now.
oh no. But yeah,
Get
I
that
do
image out of
enjoy
your
these
head
three
there, Jamal.
performances. But yeah, I do
I
enjoy
know.
these three performances for what it is, especially Austin's. That's just funny as hell.
Well, it's kind of funny you say Aaron and not Caitlin Glass. That's a little edited joke for you, Lilac. You can cut that if you want to.
Okay? I don't know what you're talking about, so yeah, I'm probably gonna cut that.
The royal tutor. But yeah, Austin, yeah, Nasahara's a fucking loser, man. Like, dude's trying to get laid with his girlfriend. His girlfriend ain't having none
You're
of
in
that.
middle school. Why do you need to fuck your girlfriend?
And still the best part is the fact he's too cheap to pay for a fucking Love Hotel. That's great.
Yeah, and the other fuckers. Oh, and Kaneko. Yeah, Kaneko's definitely a fuckboy. Inaba, I don't really remember much of him, but Kaneko's a fuckboy. So.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Isn't Inaba with shoot? Wasn't he with Miyu?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I thought so. I feel sorry for the guy.
Oh.
Miyu's like.
I remember now. Miyu friend zoned him at the end.
Yes, he was friend zoned at the end. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, was he the guy that wants to be with the girl, but the girl keeps like complaining about fucking everything he does?
Yeah.
Yes.
The one I remember is the selfie one.
Yeah.
Where she's like, this is awful, and it's like, bitch, just take a picture!
But he totally got owned about the bear one. Like, when he sees she's looking at the bear, when really she's looking at the necklace around the bear. I'm like...
Oh, and I remember, when I was rewatching the second half of the show, one of the other little shorts was Aaron's character with, Ira, and they were looking through this magazine together, and, you'd look really cute posing like that, babe. And she does, and he's like, wow, I didn't think you'd take me seriously. I'm like, oh my god, what a douchebag.
I saw something like that in So Dirty Children, but that's another story. Yeah, it's like he's just bad.
Aaron's character is a fuckboy, but I do feel bad for Ben Phillips' character, because he got friend-zoned hard.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that guy. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, Roots, your thoughts?
I had that realization,
Okay,
sorry.
so yeah, I mean, Aaron Dismuke and Ben Phillips' characters just kind of vanish into the background, so I really don't have much of an opinion.
Okay.
God, though, watching Austin Tyndall basically be the character he usually gets to play, but the circumstances being completely flipped around, where he's trying to be a player, but he's just a total goober.
It's actually kind of funny when you say that.
It's excellent. I really got a kick out of it.
I want to know how does a middle schooler know about love hotels? That was a little off-putting to me.
Do you want to fuck your girlfriend?
I mean, boys will be boys, and I mean, at that age, sometimes there are boys at that age who just have one thing on the brain, and they'll learn about this shit. To be fair. Megan, how do you feel about these performances?
I mean, I already said Austin Tyndall.
Another sip?
Austin Tyndall is in the fuckboy derby. He gets the fuckboy voice down pretty well. Aaron is cute, I guess. He's a little shit too, but I don't remember him very much.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Ben did good, but I don't remember him much either. I did feel sorry for him. Like, he was cute, but I just kind of felt bad for him because he got worked by this poor girl.
So, speaking of those motherfucking girls, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, these three girls are basically the counterparts for the three guys we just talked about. So we have Setsuko Satou, who is essentially by the end of the series, the ex-girlfriend of Nagahara, aka Austin Tyndall's character.
She's in the fuck girl relay.
Yup. We have Aida Miyamoto, who is the girlfriend of Aaron's character, Tsubasa Kaneko. And then we have Miyu Imazu, who is the bitch that friend-zoned Ben Phillips' character. So, to kind of go through who voices these characters, Setsuko is voiced by Christy Rothrock, who has been in series such as Alderman on the Sky, Classroom of the Elite, and because I couldn't find the abbreviation for this, What Do You Do at the End of the World? Are You Busy? Will You Save Us?
World End.
Suka.
Thank you, World End.
Don't forget Yuri on Ice.
Sucka sucka.
Like, I stayed away from Yuri on Ice. Aida is voiced by Kristen McGuire, who has been in series such as Castletown Dandelion, Prison School, and New Game. And then Bryn April is Miyu, the bitch who friend-zoned Ben Phillips. And she's been in series such as New Game as well, Show by Rock, and Attack on Titan. So who wants to go first with their thoughts on these three performances?
It's so... Yeah.
Well, Bryn's a bitch.
Well, there's that.
Another sip.
Honestly, I found the girls a lot more memorable.
Yeah.
Ironically, Austin Tyndall's girlfriend kind of swapped around. She kind of falls into the background a little bit, but the other two girls were kind of the ones that stuck out for me more than their male counterparts.
Yeah, kind of. Things got a little bit swapped around. Because, I mean, with the other big thing with these three girls is they're really good friends with Akane. And these bitches be
They're
catty.
also awful to Akane.
These bitches be catty as shit.
Well, it is middle school.
Remember one of the shorts where they were basically like every time like the boys were ogling their teacher, the four of them would go in the bathroom, this including Akane, and basically bitch about the teacher.
Yeah.
Well, no, they also made fun of, Damn it, I did it again!
Azumi?
Thank you!
You're never gonna get that name.
I'm gonna mess up and call him by his actor's name at one point.
You probably will. But yeah, they're basically ragging on Jamie's character. And the one little short with the perfume that's not really perfume, if anything. They're like, because Akane managed to find out what kind of perfume she uses, and then the girls are like, I kind of want to try it. It's like, what? They do remind me of girls that I know when I was in middle school, high school. It's rather amusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting that you say with Kristen and Bryn, they kind of have more standout moments compared to Aaron and Ben, and then it's in reverse between Austin and Christy. I find it interesting that you say that, and it does make sense, honestly.
I mean, you know, Austin Tyndall's kind of playboy characters do kind of suck a lot of the oxygen out of the room, so I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah, it's very true. He does suck a lot of oxygen out of the room.
Mm.
What other thoughts do we have to throw out there about these three catty little bitches?
I really do feel like the girls were a little bit more memorable. And then, I genuinely enjoyed them because they were all kind of catty and bitchy. Especially Christy Rothrock's one. In the show, was like, yeah, I broke up with him. And they were like, wait, what? Like, they were a lot of fun. Unfortunately, a lot of the background characters of the show really blended in for me.
Okay.
I sometimes I have a habit of when the ending turns on to skip to the next episode. So I may have missed some stuff. I got most of them, but sometimes, like, I was a lot more invested in the main characters than them, so... I think all the performances are really good, I just can't name all the characters.
No, I understand that, but I think, even though as weird as it is to have those little shorts at the end, it actually can give you be a good indicator for some of these characters, too, because you get to see them a lot more present in these shorts, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really nice. Jamal, how do you feel about these three?
Okay, hold on.
He's taking another sip. Oh man. Here we go.
Setsuko has every right to be pissed at Nasahara because he's a fucking loser, and I think Christy got that across very well.
Absolutely.
Do not date boys like Austin Tyndall's boys. They're awful.
They are such
Christy, while still relatively new, is taking a while for me to get used to her voice, but I like how she portrayed that attitude. Ira is Kristen. Don't take this the wrong way, but it's Kristen being Kristen. I like it all the same. And I have a confession to make. You know how you started watching the show because Sunny Strait was the director?
Let me guess. It has
You
something
watched
to do
the show
with
because Brent
Brit.
April was in it, didn't it?
Another sip?
We'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Drink your shame away, Jamal.
Drink your shame.
I think we discovered a few episodes ago I have no shame.
Fair.
Yeah, so it was nice.
Just chug to this bottle.
So yes, I know Wynn must be excited to use a natural voice. I didn't expect it to be a middle school character, but I didn't expect her to be a bitch either. But it worked very well.
She's a bitch. She's a lover. She's a child.
Oh god.
All right.
But
so basically, what we're all saying here is the girls are really memorable. Is that what we're saying here?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that...
The girls, the personalities were, fuck all fire. Fuck, man, my brain is out of it.
It's also 11 o'clock at night, so I don't blame you.
I go to New York tomorrow, everybody.
I go to work tomorrow, everybody.
Same here.
Woo! This was my weekend, so I recorded a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so are we ready to move on?
Yes.
You recorded a bunch of stuff.
You only recorded one more thing than I did. Shut your face. So the rest of these characters are going to be in pairs, and the first... God!
I did 2 more things than you, thanks.
Not in, like, the span of a few days. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did not.
I did Fruits Basket Gamers, Centaur's Life, and this. And Little Witch. All
the
in
week,
1 week.
In 1 week.
Yeah,
I'm just talking in a few days. Sit your ass down. Anyway.
Fight me!
And the Feels train has derailed yet again.
This isn't the Feels train anymore. This is the bitch train.
You feel like a bitch too.
This train go from the bullet train to the flying pussyfoot real quick, y'all.
Oh god. Don't mess with me, motherfucker. I am the conductor, aka the rail.
I am the young conductor.
No, I am the young conductor.
But you're in this anime.
You come into my house on the day of my daughter's wedding. Sit the fuck down.
You come onto my train the day of my friend's retirement.
So who's next, Lilac?
I'm sorry, that poor conductor.
Rest in peace,
Segway.
Thank you. Before this gets derailed even more. So the reason why I was laughing is one of these characters, and we're gonna bring that up, that awkward situation again. So we have Aoi Takizawa, who is a friend of Akane's. She is on the track team with her, and we have Roman Yamashina, who is a friend of Kotaro's, and I think.
Welcome back to Hot for Teacher.
Yes. But Roman is kind of really energetic and out there, if anything. He's very bubbly. That's probably the best way to describe his personality. He's also the person who says the line, "Sorry, not sorry," at the amusement park because he decides to go on a ride by himself before everyone else.
On a lot of rides by himself, actually.
Yes, correct.
That man pulled, like, what my dream is to do at Disney World with less alcohol.
I mean, to be fair, he was the one in that big group who didn't have some kind of date. To be
well, yeah,
fair.
because could you imagine if he just shows up with the teacher?
We're not talking about that right now. So the individuals who voice these characters, Aoi Takizawa is being voiced by Felicia Angel, who you have heard in series such as Alison Zorogu, Gangsta, and The Rolling Girls. Hashtag Do It for Corteo, it's Brendan McInnes as Roman, whom you have heard in series such as 91 Days, Nanbaka, and Show by Rock. Who would like to go first?
Me.
Go right ahead.
Because I just had the... Okay, so to explain before I talk about Roman, my dream is to go to the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, get completely fucking wasted, and ride Soarin' over and over.
Oh my god.
Until I vomit.
Lovely.
And my second thing was, it would have been real. I'm surprised they didn't go to like off Disney World. I think they went to Fuji-Q Highland, actually, which is an actual theme park that my friends go to that has a bunch of crazy roller coasters. And I was like, it's a good thing they didn't have, like, it's a Small World equivalent, and they didn't bring the teacher otherwise, because I'm pretty sure some skeevy shit would have gone down and child services would have been involved.
Yeah.
And Chris Hansen would have been at the part where you get off the ride.
Anyway, how do you feel about the performances, Megan?
One, that Roman was an underutilized character by the show because Brandon McGinnis was fantastic. And there's another show that he's doing with Chris McGuire, that is, very, very much the opposite.
Yes.
Of Roman, and I think that it's great to show his range, because Brandon McGinnis' range is actually a little scary. Because he can
considering, there's a reason why I put, 91 Days and Nanbaka and Show by Rock here for, some
also
credits.
be one of the other big ones, even though that character, again, was also criminally underutilized, is Izuyoi in Danganronpa 3.
Yes, you would be correct.
His
range is terrifying.
And, the fact that he's had very few leads compared to other people, is criminal. So I think he was great. Felicia did, a good job as Aoi, is her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha, 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 ha,
She got
I'm not the only one that thought that.
I think she just went and broke herself.
I think she now just noticed that.
I think she just broke herself.
I think you're gonna need to explain this for the peanut gallery, i.e. myself.
In that case, I will go next because Felicia.
While Megan is recovering, Jamal, how do you feel?
So, for those that don't understand, Felicia plays Aoi, who's pretty much fit and tan in school, much like another Aoi she played in Danganronpa.
Oh, now I'm catching on.
Okay.
Shit.
Yes.
I haven't seen Danganronpa, so...
Okay, now I get the joke.
You need to get on that. Well, 3. I don't know about the first one.
No, I think she did a really great job. Out of the main 3 girls that are on the drag team, her, Akane and
Shinatsu?
the bitch.
Shinatsu?
she was kind of the least memorable of them.
Yeah,
But
I'd agree.
think that's more of the character being, again, criminally underutilized character. But I think Felicia did a really great job, and I'm happy she's in the show because any show with Felicia and Jill is a joy. And I have a really big feeling that I need to watch Allison Zoroku with her in it.
Yes.
So
Do it.
I'm gonna pass it on to Jamal as I die.
As she lays there dying, I thought it was a little more memorable than what needed to be, because for God's sake, she's playing another girl named Aoi. I mean, come on, this can't be a coincidence.
It's funny because I didn't catch on until Megan died a little bit. I was like, oh shit, you're right.
I mean, all you gotta do is put a donut in her mouth, you get the reference instantly. But
She
yeah,
also needs longer hair and a ponytail, and then you definitely can.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Like Megan said, she's criminally underutilized, but that's pretty much the writing of the character. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Felicia did a pretty good job. Brandon McInnes as Roman. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get past the whole thing with Roman, because I can understand being in middle school and having a crush on your teacher, but that's going way too far.
But aside from that,
Brandon did a pretty good job. You don't really see much of him, and what you do see of him is pretty much him hanging with his buds.
I think there are moments where when you see Roman, he kind of steals the scene a little bit.
Yeah, he and what's his name from they steal a scene from Kotaro. So,
Yeah.
Roots, you want to go next?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I really don't remember Felicia Angel's character all that much. Roman, on the other hand, like, of Kotaro's friends, he is the one that completely steals the show. Whenever he speaks, whenever he's on camera, and Brandon McInnes nailed that.
Okay,
Like-
I agree with that.
Like, oh my god, he is probably one of the funniest characters of the show, even though his character arc is creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree that whenever Roman was on screen, Brandon just steals the scene, like, hands down, like, nothing else matters. And it's very amusing, and like Megan said, like, both him and Felicia's characters are very underutilized, which is a shame. I just didn't want to put Aoi and Roman with the catty girls and the fuckboys, really. I was like,
Because they're like the nicest people.
yeah, they're better off in their own little section. But, yeah, Felicia's character is not all that memorable to me. Aoi is a good character, it's a good fit, and it was perfectly fine. But between the two, Brandon definitely stole the show whenever he was in there, and it's kind of hilarious. And like Megan said, his range is very terrifying. Like, maybe not to the extent of, I don't know, Damon Mills terrifying, but his range can be rather terrifying. Now, if Brendan were to ever play an elderly Russian person and pull it off, that's when things get terrifying. But yeah, I'd have to agree that both of these performances are really good, but Brandon is definitely one of the standouts. Is the standout between the two, because the scenes are just so memorable. He'll just steal the scene and just call it a day. We think we're ready to move on? We have 2 sets of characters left to go.
Wow, this is going by really fast.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh.
Welcome to the Fuckboy Derby!
Let me just preference that if the boys are the horses in the
If what?
If the boys are the horses in the Fuckboy Derby, one of the next characters is a thoroughbred.
Look here. Fuckboy, okay, look, let's just go with here. Fuckboy is a gender-neutral term for anybody who is a piece of shit towards the other person in a relationship and or tries to slide on into another relationship. So let's load these 2 fuckboy thoroughbreds into the derby and welcome to Tsukigakirei ground, because it's time for the Kentucky Fuckboys.
And the Tsukigakirei is on.
God damn it. Okay, so the 2 we have to talk about, Chinatsu Nishio, who is Akane's best friend. She's also on the track team. but she develops a crush on Kotaro. And then we have Takumi Hira, who is a member of the track team as well, alongside Akane and Chinatsu and Aoi. However, since they started school together, pretty much, he has had a crush on Akane. So we have basically two characters here who have crushes with our main two protagonists. In terms
Just
of...
a quick question before we start.
Yes.
So, Roots, when we bring up the guy one, do you want me to tell the story or do you want to tell it?
Depends on who goes first.
I mean, okay, just say it. I think it's kind of just go.
Okay.
All right, I'll start us off.
No, well, hold on. I gotta say who it is first. So... Chinatsu Nishio is voiced by Megan Shipman, who has been in series such as New Game, Overlord, and Love Live Sunshine. And speaking of crazy goddamn ranges, and speaking of Damon Mills, everybody, he plays Hira, who has been in series such as Eld Live, The Royal Tutor, and Yuri on Ice. So which between you two are starting first?
I don't know.
Right,
I think the story... You start the story and I'll finish it.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
story time.
we met Damon Mills and Megan Shipman at Anime Fest. The both of them. They're
Yep.
I am two Megan Shipman's wife.
Not again. Stop it.
they're very nice, very cool people. But I started
Do you want me to?
I started Tsukigakirei after we got back. Had I not done that, had I watched, like,
Oh my god.
at the very least, the first half of the show before we left, God, that would have Joffrey'd the living daylights out of the both of them for me.
Okay, so Roots and I, we had been talking back and forth and planning, some recording stuff for episodes that we were going to be on, kind of, and another thing that we'll talk about later. And so we're talking, and he goes, "Oh, thank God I met Damon Mills before this, because I would have punched him in the face." I think that's what you said,
Damon,
right?
I'm sorry. Yes, that is exactly what I said.
I was gonna punch him in the face
Why
if I
would
met
you-
him before this.
Why would you want to punch Damon in the face?
He's a dork boy in this
Okay,
show.
okay.
No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's a credit to his performance then that he
Absolutely.
played this fuckboy so
No.
well. But why would you want to punch Damon
Okay.
Mills, the human being, in the face because he's adorable as shit?
No,
He is adorable as shit, but this character is awful.
Hold on. I didn't actually say I would punch Damon Mills in the face. I said I would punch his character in the face.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, his character is perfectly punchable.
It really is.
He's just gonna
Yeah.
punch him in the face.
You can punch a motherfucker and it'd be Hira.
I'm not gonna lie. Regardless if you're dating somebody or if you're friends with them, doing what he is it Hida, right?
Hira,
Yeah.
yes.
If you did what Hida did to anybody, you're a fucking awful person.
You mean the festival, right?
Not the festival.
Oh, the amusement
Not just
park.
the festival.
The amusement park too, right?
The amusement park, the festival, and lying to her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, she runs her best time, and he says that she was awful.
Oh, that's
And-
right. I didn't even think of that. Oh,
Forgot
God.
about
I did.
Okay, I just want to say this. Damon's performance of this was great. But
Absolutely.
the writing of the character from both the Japanese and the English is fantastic. Because this is, like, the thing I think, like, that should be a warning sign to anybody who is of that age and is potentially starting some of their first relationships. He is the type of guy that thinks he's entitled to date Akane because he's known her long enough. And I've been your friend since the beginning, why don't you want to date me type of thing. And he feels really, and he pulls off how, like, it's not, because it's not overt. It's in the writing and the dialogue and the performance that he feels like he's entitled to date Akane.
and his interactions with Megan Shipman's character, like, was it right before the festival or right after?
When they're on the train?
Yeah, where he's just like, yeah, you know what, I haven't given up on this yet.
The train was after the amusement park.
Okay.
Yeah, and Megan Shipman's character, too, is kind of backhanded. Like, despite being her friend.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I think the sister kind of gives a warning, and it's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too to Akane, that she should stop being friends with her. Which, originally, I was like, yeah, that's kind of a mean thing to say as a sister to your little sister. But then you watch Megan Shipman's character go around, and she's so nice about it, too. Like, I don't know which one of them is worse. I'm kind of leaning towards him because he fucking lies to her face to put her down, to make her feel bad.
And was downright
rude. Already got...
Like, not only did he lie...
And Akane's already got self-confidence issues.
Not only did he lie to her, like, he conspired with her rival. Like, that is what got me.
Wait, her rival?
For Kotaro.
Oh, you mean Chinatsu?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Chinatsu. Yeah, like, Chinatsu wasn't going to Hida to fuck her over. Like, she was just like, yeah, I want to confess to him, but I know I'm gonna lose. And she still does it anyway against her best friend's wishes, which is still fucking awful, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to Chinatsu, though, she really just wanted some closure, if anything.
Yeah.
To be fair to Chinatsu, he had a downright probably wanted to steal Akane away.
Yeah.
That's the part that bugs me. Chinatsu, I can, like, call her okay, because she just wanted some closure. That's why she really wanted to just tell Kotaro how she felt, even though she knew she was going to get rejected. He had a downright wanted to steal Akane from him. That's the part that
I feel like
me.
he didn't appreciate her as an actual person, too.
Yep.
Like, I like how we're, like, not even talking about Damon at this point.
I mean,
to which,
discussions are...
Like, his
this
performance
show is really
is
good.
chilling.
His performance is amazing. The fact that we hate Hida so much is a testament to Damon, because he did so phenomenal with
Like,
it.
I have a couple of anime characters I actively hate. Like, I know I'm gonna sound really... I hate Akko from Neto J. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
I hate Miki from Idolmaster. I hate Mikuru Asahina from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I fucking hate Hida from Tsukigakirei. Like, he is one of the most hated male characters I've ever had.
Like me, I don't downright hate him, but he is a terrible human being of a character. And that boy needs to grow the fuck up.
I wonder if him and Chinatsu got together in the end. Like, because you never see what happens to anybody else in the end of the show.
True.
Besides, like, two characters.
It kind of feels like a logical thing, truth be told.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But any other thoughts on these two performances?
I thought Megan Shipman did pretty good in this role. I mean, you and me had the same thoughts on Chinatsu. At least Chinatsu I could be a little more forgiving with. Hiro can go fuck himself.
Yes. Hida can go die in a fire. Not Damon Miller.
That's a little extreme.
He can die alone and lonely
for the
rest of his life.
Okay, because dying in a fire would be quick. Okay, I see what you're saying.
That would be a little extreme because he's still in middle school. He's yet to grow up, as we said. But David Mills, I did like his performance, which, thanks to a couple of the vlog vids you posted, I finally understand his natural voice now. Because the thing about Damon Mills is this: we know he's a fucking wizard. We get that.
We know. No.
But
No, finish your thought and I'll jump in, sorry.
But we get that he's a voice acting black magic wizard. I get that, but there are times when I would hear him in series and I would never peg it was him. I'd always think it'd be somebody else, like him in Aka 13. I thought to myself, wait, did Bevis get Brian Beacock to do this? And I found out it's Damon Mills.
You know what? I kind of had a similar experience with the show. Like, in the very beginning of the show, when he was kind of talking to the track team, I'm just like, is that Randy Perlman?
Yes.
I don't know how that happened.
But anytime he's in a performance and I hear his voice, it doesn't really click for me because, you know, his voice is always different.
Yeah.
So why hear him in this role as Hira, I actually have something that can click into me for now.
Hira, I think, is probably the closest to his natural sounding voice.
Yes.
It's the closest we can get to.
Like, I'm not berating the guy. I mean, it's great to have a vast amount of range in this industry, but it's like, every once in a while you gotta take a step back, and relax your vocals a bit.
Yeah, this kind of character for Damon is certainly refreshing because he doesn't have to pull off Black Wizard sorcery. Here's the funny thing, because we all know he's a motherfucking wizard. Hardy still didn't believe it when we were at A-Fest. And he almost threw...
He was in the room with the light, and he almost threw all of us under the bus.
He almost threw all of us
like, bitch!
He's like, bitch, I don't think so.
I think I yelled at him the loudest. I was like, don't you fucking take me down with you.
Yeah, because we were at his Q&A, and Hardy was like, so, I know I saw the video on Twitter, and I'm the person who did this. I still don't believe that you're capable of that. We're all like, none of us here at the Dub Talk podcast think you're capable. I'm like, excuse me, what?
I was like, bitch?
We're like, excuse you, what now? You're the only one who doesn't think it's capable. And he did go through just a couple of them. Well, no, really, it was just, it was, blah, 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 blah.
Yakov.
Yakov, thank you. He really just did the Yakov voice, because Hardy still didn't fucking believe him until he saw him in person. And he tried to throw all of us there under the bus, and we're all just like, fuck you.
Yeah,
you
don't bullshit
there?
The bullshitter there, friend.
It's like,
exactly.
Don't drag us into your mess. But yeah, I have to agree. As much as Hira is a piece of shit, Damon plays it very well, and definitely it's a testament to his performance because he pulled that performance off so well. And Megan Shipman, I liked her as like this spunky secondary character, and as much as she is a bit of a bitch for going behind her best friend's back to still confess her feelings for her crush, who is her best friend's boyfriend, again, I still can forgive her because the only reason why she wanted to do it was really just to kind of get closure and get it off her chest. So I can forgive her for that. Still a pain in the ass, though. Any other thoughts for these two before we move on to our two leads?
I think I'm good.
I know I'm good.
You good, Megan?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Damon, I'm sorry.
We love you, Damon, but here's a piece of shit.
You're a very nice young man.
Damon! I'm sorry.
Anyways.
I don't want to punch you.
God damn it.
But you could give him a couple punch next time you meet him.
Good point.
Cup of what?
Cup of punch, as in fruit punch. Ta-da.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna move on to our final two
I may use that pun, Jamal. Word of warning.
Oh no. So, let's move on to our final two characters and our two leads of the show. The wonderful, cute little couple in question. We have Kotaro Azumi and we have Akane Mizuno. So, unconventional casting is unconventional. Hooray, Sunny Straight. So, as Kotaro Azumi, we have Steven Sanders, who has been...
Thank God I can finally start calling this kid fucking Steven!
Who's been in series such as The Royal Tutor, All Out, and Puzzles and Dragons. And then, as Akane Mizuno, we have Miss Afia Yu, who has been in series such as Shonen Maid, Assassination Classroom, and Rage of Bahamut. Who would like...
By the way,
yes.
Can I point something out that it's really funny that Afia is not directing the Seiji Kishi show?
Yeah.
Well, I would hold on to that thought, because I found out from Chris that she helped with the last episode.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So, who wants to go first with their thoughts on Steven and Afia's performances?
I vote Roots goes last.
Oh, damn!
Okay.
What brought
I'll
this
go
on?
first. I don't know. You. Oh, Jesus Lord, Afia captured being an awkward fucking middle schooler
Yes.
so goddamn well. Especially one with anxiety, or just an anxiety issue.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I wanted to hug this poor girl sometimes. And just Steven as the shy kid and him doing the Daisai monologue, to which every time he says Daisai says, the only thing I can think of is fucking Daisai for Bunako Stray.
God damn it.
Gets it into everything. No, I can just seeing him with that smug face and Mamoru Miyano's voice coming out.
And then you just see him in the barrel. Just
In the
trying to
barrel,
commit
floating down the river.
suicide.
I'm trying to commit slow suicide by sinking into this barrel and breaking my back.
It's not working very well, though.
Atsushi pulled me out.
Anyway.
But, like, no, these two just... God, you just want to hug these fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I will protect it, I will cherish it, I will watch them grow. Like, fuck, I'm getting emotional talking about them. Like, I was doing what I like to call the emotional sea otter on my bed while I was watching the show.
Oh my god.
Which is laying there with a pillow, and you know how, like, when otters are really happy, they, like, smack the little rock in their hands?
Yeah.
Or, like, another great way is, like, there's a video of a seal being really happy, and he just smacks his flipper on his fat.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I think I sent that to you.
Yeah, that's how I feel watching this show and watching their performances. Like, I will laugh with these kids, I will cry with these kids, I will watch them succeed. Like, when they're going through the fact that she has to move, and he's gonna try to get into the school, and, like, Steven's determination and, like, Afia's heartbreak when she, like, breaks up with him for a little bit because she's afraid of moving and not being able to keep their relationship, and, like, fuck, these two are up for dubbies, god damn it! Hold my beer while I go cry in the toilet.
I'm holding it.
I
17.
pass the baton to Jamal.
Your beer is empty.
Nice.
Yeah, so, yeah, I feel you really knows how to bring the drama in. Like, I can understand Akane's pain, especially when she has a lot of anxiety, because as someone who used to have anxiety, especially in middle school, it is very stressful to deal with, but I think Afia conveyed that pretty well. And Steven as Kotaro, I'm still trying to get used to Steven. I do like his range. He knows how to hit all the right notes. Like, I can understand being in Kotaro's shoes, you know, dealing with some things he doesn't really understand, trying real hard to get where he's at, but he doesn't really succeed. But that doesn't mean he's gonna give up that easily. But Steven, that boy really knows how to bring the drama home, and I really like him as his character. Like, it's very unconventional because, you know, I don't hear much of Steven's range outside of All Out and the Royal 2 and stuff. Which the Royal 2, I was kind of perplexed when y'all talked about him, because, like, I could tell the difference between him and Alejandro Saab differently. So
Well, my thing is,
as somebody at that point who wasn't that familiar with him.
yeah, that's the thing. We weren't that familiar with Steven because he hasn't really had that many, like,
I
big
hadn't
roles
watched.
yet.
I'll admit, I still haven't watched All Out.
Neither have I. So
I need to, because I want to watch it because Chris is in it and he's my friend. So
what up, Chris Waycamp?
Chris Waycamp is my buddy. Okay, like legit real talk. When we went to Funimation, I was kind of sad he wasn't there because I was gonna give him a really big hug. But the reason I took so long to come out, guys, was I was writing him a note saying that I was there, and I felt really sad, and I can't wait to one day get to see him. Because Chris is a good dude.
Well, there's always next year.
Hopefully. But, yeah, these, oh my god. Oh god. Unconventional casting is my best friend.
You know how Ruth said he wishes he didn't see the show because he would have Joffrey'd Damon Mills? I would have cried like a bitch harder in front of Afia than I already did.
Yeah. Because my thing is, and in Steven's case, because Tsukigakirei and Royal Tutor are both in the same season, and between Kotaro and Leaked in Royal Tutor, two completely different performances. So, first of all, two of those in the same season, that's freaking amazing, sir. But I didn't expect that Steven would get to be the slightly shy, quiet, literary guy, and it was really adorable. And then Oh my god, I think Afia stole a good amount of the show for me on this one, because being a middle schooler with, like, anxiety and all these insecurities, that's probably one of the last characters I would normally peg Afia to play. And she just plays it so beautifully. I just loved every second of it from beginning to end, and I just fell in love with her and her character arc, and I think Afia is probably my favorite performance of the show, to be completely honest, because it was so, for me, it was very captivating seeing Akane go through all these different emotions and these different moments throughout her relationship with Kotaro. I just loved it entirely.
I'm kind of thinking about the character and a lot of her insecurities and her anxieties, especially a lot of her self-worth.
Yeah. That's
because
a big thing
she
for
does.
her.
Yeah. It's like, I hate to bring it up again, but Jesus fuck, if she ends up being Chisei and Ancient Magus Bride, I will not fucking complain. But I think everybody want to back away. Roots, take it. Take us home.
Oh god, I want to squeeze them both like a roll of shaman.
It's so cute!
But like, in all seriousness, I can kind of relate to Afia's character quite a bit, because, you know, as a grown man in the twilight of my 20s, I suffer from crippling anxiety attacks from time to time. When she's getting insecure, it kind of hit me where I live. And I can kind of relate to Kotaro as well quite a bit, because when I was around that age, I was basically the quiet bookworm. Not really, you know, not trying to stick my head out, because even back then, you know, I was afraid of the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. So I can relate to both of these characters quite a bit. As for the performances, they were spectacular. I had a little reservation with the casting at first, because they were both doing lead roles in other shows for the spring season. It's kind of one of those little things that bugs me about how simuldubs have to be done. I think we did a whole thing of it in, like, Allison Zoroku.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about that, but and I'm not going to relitigate that, because this is a season in the past, but both Afia and Steven Sanders really kind of grew on me as these characters, so I really can't complain.
Yeah.
And can I just, like the ending of the show just really kind of got to me, because, you know...
Oh, God!
Afia drops...
It was so cute!
Afia's character loses her squishy little potato, but then at the end of the end credits, she gets, like, an actual squishy potato baby.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Cute.
Yeah, no, like, when she was moving out of the house and the potato thing was on the window, so I was like, bitch, go get your potato!
We saw it on her bag as she was on the train later on, though. Which
Yeah.
Okay, because when you said the actual ending, I was thinking of when Kotaro was shouting, "I love you," just as her train was going by. Oh, God, that hit me right in the heart, man. Like, you have no idea.
Okay, yo, like, that was the smoothest motherfucking pickup I've ever seen. Put story online, titles it after the time of her run, and then, like, fucking the credit sequence with all the pictures, and
messages.
when it went from I think it was like the girlfriend to the wife, I died. I was like, yo!
They're so adorable, and because the big thing is, because since Akane had to move at the end of the series, it's like you're kind of rooting, like, please stay together, and then you see, like, the credit sequence with all the text messages and them just going through their relationship as they grow older.
This show was a fucking goddamn advertisement for Line, but I didn't even care.
I'm just like... And again, the performances from both Steven and Afia, I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. I have dubby contenders going on here for both of them. I'm excited.
Oh, man.
I'm excited. I think it's time at this point to shift into our final thoughts on the show. Who would like to go first?
I fucking love this show. I'm sorry. Like, I'll go first. I'm talking. There were a couple, like, minor gripes I had, which is why I don't rate this over Aka 13 as my anime of the year. But this is my solid number 2. This show is gorgeous from start to finish. It is lovely and beautiful and heartwarming and sweet and just, like, fuck, I don't give a shit if it's another, like, teen romance show. It is so genuine and sweet and relatable, even when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Because face it, all of us have had, like, a crush on someone that may or may not be unrequited, or dealt with our own anxieties or our own self-worth issues. Some of us have had to move away. Like, I'm an only child, so the parts with Kotaro and his mom really stick out to me. Like, dealing with the pressure to get into school and keep your grades up while still getting to maintain your passions. Like, the fact that the show shows that even though Akane's friends with people, they still kind of pick on her a little bit. How she has anxiety when she doesn't have the object that makes her feel better. Like, for God's sakes, I have a companion animal in Shinya because I have horrible anxiety. This show is fantastic. I think it is the best show Seiji Kishi has ever directed. Assassination Classroom being second, but I think the strength of that show is more based on the original source material than the directing of the show. I would highly recommend it to everybody to watch this year. It's probably also one of the best simuldubs that have been put out this year as well. So, that's my 2 cents, and I'm going to pass the baton.
Will you go ahead? I'm trying to compile my thoughts here.
So, for kind of personal, didn't realize this until after I got back from A-Fest reasons, this was a really kind of awkward watch for me. It is probably one of the better shows I've seen this year, though. At the very least in my top 5. It's when it wants to be gorgeous, it is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, on the flip side, when it doesn't want to be, you have, like, awkward CGI crowds.
Yeah,
that's probably the one
I try
thing
to not
I
talk
hate.
about that.
Probably the one thing I hate.
You know it's awkward when they walk, but their knees don't bend a little.
While it's probably on the lower end of my top 5 of the year, it is probably one of the most relatable anime I've seen in a very, very long time. Like, wow. This show was just a total gut punch. And not entirely in a bad way either.
Feels trained, it has no brakes.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no.
The Amtrak!
The Feels train has brakes. It just likes to check those brakes. Often.
Okay, yes.
Without
that is
warning.
This
very
conductor
accurate.
is drunk. Get him off.
That's accurate, yes.
Yeah.
So, like Megan, I would very highly recommend this show. Jamal, what you got?
Well, me personally, I didn't really plan on watching this show, to be honest, but as for anybody that ever know me, you know 9 times out of 10, sometimes I watch if a certain actress or a certain director is on it, and some of the stuff I've done recently, but when I watched this show, it took me some time getting used to, because like Hardy, I had trouble getting through it. I mean, I did fall asleep a couple of times, but other than that, once it got going, and it kind of really hit me hard. I mean, not hard enough, because I'm mostly like a brick wall when it comes to emotions, but
Brick house.
but it kind of took me back to my middle school days, and those were tough. I mean, Kotaro, he's pretty much mostly me when I was in middle school, and I can relate to him in more ways than one, although he did much better in the relationship age than I ever will. So, seeing the romance develop, I don't care what people say about teenage shows, you know, it's a slice of life kind of thing. If you like it, you like it. You don't, just just give it a chance before you watch it. You'll be amazed. As for the dub itself, again, it took me some time getting used to. I mean, this is unconventional casting. I mean, it's not always who you think it's going to be. And even when you do think who it's going to be, it doesn't come out exactly how you planned it, but you enjoy it nonetheless. So if you ever get on the off chance you have some free time, and you can dedicate about 6 hours or so, I ask that you binge all of this in one day.
Yeah, that's what I did, just all in one go.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I had to do it in like 4 episode chunks.
I was originally following it as it was going along, and then I didn't finish the show, and I just revisited the second half today, so.
Yeah, it's the same process for me, but just give it a chance before you dismiss it. That's what I have to say.
Okay. This is probably one of the better high school romance series that I've seen in a long time, to be perfectly honest. Because I've seen a decent amount of high school romance kind of series, and not all of them are that great. This is one of the better ones that I've seen in a long time, and it's phenomenal. Like, again, and I'm going to be a broken record here, the reason why I started watching this show was because Sonny Strait was directing it. I had put complete and total faith in Sonny in his directing of his show, and I just dove right into it, and I was not disappointed. The casting is just amazing. Some very, very interesting choices for some of our major characters, and the writing is very, very straightforward and very true, and yet it still manages at the same time to hit those emotional points, and it's just so beautiful. The show itself is absolutely wonderful, and I guess because the four of us are basically like mid-late 20s, pretty much. So this is probably.
I'm the youngest,
You're the babby.
right?
Yeah.
You're the babby.
And I'm 25.
Yeah.
I'll turn 26 in November.
Yeah, you're the babby of us right now. But as a group of like mid to late 20-something-year-olds, this show is definitely very relatable because it wasn't an extreme long time ago when we were in middle school and high school. We were going through some of the same motions. So the fact that it's centered on quite a bit of realism and these real situations that probably a good amount of kids who are that age currently are going through right now is just...
Especially with the use of technology.
Yes.
It's certainly very, very amazing to see that portrayed. And the dub in general, again, just, it did not disappoint. And I just loved every bit of this English dub, from the adults to the middle schoolers to our two leads. It's just such a beautiful story, such a beautiful romance, and a very, very beautiful dub. If you haven't had the opportunity to see Tsukigakirei yet, especially the English dub, I highly recommend going and seeing it. If, to be fair, it may not be some people's cup of tea. I know Hardy in particular, he's been trying to get through the show, but for him, he just thinks it's really too slow. I think otherwise, but I know Jamal had some trouble too.
I know one other person that may have some trouble watching it too, but that's because of the director, the Japanese director.
Oh,
is it Jet?
I'm not saying who, but
someone has an issue with Seiji Kishi, and I want to say it's Jet. I don't know why. I feel like it's something that he would say. No offense.
Call out post.
I'm sorry. I love you, Jet, but...
We give everybody shit with each other, guys.
Let's face it, we do.
We love each other. We also make fun of each other all the time.
Let's face it.
I call Andrew a little bitch all the time.
Let's face it. We love each other, but we also bitch at each other sometimes.
Remember, in dub talk terms, I hate you means I love you.
We're one big...
As the moon is hateful, I love you.
We were one big dysfunctional family, that's what we are. But yeah, if you haven't seen this show or the English dub yet, I highly recommend you do so. which, if you are interested in seeing Tsukigakirei as the moon so beautiful, you can catch the English dub on Funimation now. There is a 14-day free trial for the series if you're interested in just trying it out for free, because at least 2 episodes are free while the rest are under the subscriber paywall. And all of the series is currently out, or else we wouldn't have been talking about the entire show at this point.
Yes.
But if, just as always, a friendly reminder, if you are not keen on keeping that subscription service, cancel it before the 14-day trial is up, or else you will start losing money because they do ask for your credit card information. If you want to see the show in general, you can catch the entire Japanese version on Crunchyroll. It is entirely up for free at this point, since the show finished up back in mid to late June. They do have a subscription service as well, but it is not required in order to see Tsukigakirei. At the time of recording this episode, of course, there is no home video release, though I would expect that
Sometime next year
at the minimum. Sometimes it could take a little bit longer. It just depends on really just the Blu-ray materials and when Funimation would get a hold of them. If you're interested in catching any of us and any of our shenanigans that we normally do on a daily basis, you can find Megan on Twitter at QueenEra2, where you love shit posting, I know that much.
Memes.
All of the shit posting.
Memes and Love Live. Memes and Love Live.
Yes. You can follow Roots on Twitter at Roots of Justice, and you can also follow him on the fandom post as well. Jamal, you can find him on Twitter at Jamstar529. It's been a while since you and I have done an episode together, am I correct on that?
Also, you can hang out with me on the Funimation Discord where Andrew Hardy and I mod.
My bad, that's new to me.
Also, follow me online, because goddammit, I need the Disney Tsum Tsum coins.
God damn it.
So, please add me and Roots online. I think my line is Magneto, though, not Queen Era 2.
Yeah, my line is Roots of Justice, so there you go.
Dear sweet lord, do you want your Tsum Tsums?
Advertising for line on the show that advertises line.
Perfect!
Line!
I don't actually
Come for
use
the
it, I just use it for
Tsum
Tsum Tsum.
Maybe get married later on, I don't know.
So are you saying that we're gonna get married, Roots?
And if you're interested in any of my shenanigans, that you can follow me on Twitter at Lilac Anime Review, with review being spelled as a musical review, not a standard review. But if you want to follow Dub Talk in general, of course, the best way to do so is subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Here at Dub Talk, where you can see a bunch of fun and new things that we post on a weekly basis, sometimes bi-weekly, because I know we might have to do that because we have a bunch of things in the works right now, and the fall season's gonna start very soon. Oh dear sweet baby, jeez, it's gonna be all.
FYI, if you even have to ask what episode I'm hosting, you're dumb.
It's gonna be all hands on deck again. I can feel it. It's gonna turn into a shit show. But other ways you can follow our weird shenanigans. We have a Twitter account at dubtalkpodcast. We are also on Instagram and Tumblr at dubtalk.
You might as well make a fucking line account.
We might as well make a line account at this point. Dear God. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to say or do before we call it a night? What the actual
And
hell?
the fuckboys are off!
And the Tsukigakirei is on!
Oh god damn.
Somebody needs to do the disclaimer as if they are a Kentucky Downs announcer.
Oh god, no! Don't say that, because someone probably will do it.
By that someone, I mean me.
Oh, I thought you meant me, but okay.
I'll make the horse whinny noises in the back.
Okay, I think we're calling it a night now. So, have a good night, everybody, and otaku on, my friends.
Keep it emotional.
Feels train. The Feels Amtrak train.
Chugga 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 chugga.
And we're off. Have a good night.
Come on,
Great
ride the
check.
train. Tonight.
Multi-track drifting!
No.
This isn't Rail Wars. Are you feeling undaijobu? Do you need to make you feel kimochi?
Can I stop now?
Can we stop now?
My Kokoro
Yes.
done broke-ero.
Bro.